Well, hey Virgos, it's Mutable Signs Weekend. That means we're looking at relationships. We're going to ask what this recent Libra full moon brought in and what it means that Saturn and the moon are hanging out tonight as I do this reading. What have you learned? What the future holds? That kind of stuff. I'm going to pull an overall card as we get started to get a sense of what this relationship is about for Virgo. Okay, my friends. Hey, welcome to my channel. A lot of new Virgos here, which is wonderful. I've always had a thing for Virgos. You're growing this channel. But if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. It helps this channel grow, and I'm committed to bringing these readings to you on a regular basis. Well, this is a relationship that has to do with a Page of Swords, an open-mindedness, curiosity, kind of doesn't know what to do with the truth once she has it. It's kind of scratching her head in this image. That's what I see. But it's a young, chatty energy, the Page of Swords. What's going on underneath the surface of that? Let's see here. Oh, some mystery. We got the moon. So if you're having trouble with this truth, there's our moon. This is the Libra full moon that we just had that inspires this reading. Causes you to go into your depths. But also what I'm seeing are these two wolves here. They are looking at the moon. And there is a relationship between the darkness and the light. And there is usually a lobster here who is missing, who has gone down below the surface. That's it's like you're confused. Both that Page of Swords scratching your head, and then the moon, which is about mystery and the unknown and the need to explore it, suggests there is, you need some clarity here. And I have like this feeling about these two wolves. Feeling is like they've heard something. They're confused about what to do now, but they're definitely hearing something. And I think you got some kind of truth. There's a truth and you're not sure what to do with it yet. So let's see. What else? One other card on the bottom. You have finished a cycle here. There has been a burden that you have been carrying, and it is time to put that burden down. Let's see if we can find out more by pulling some more cards here. You're very confused, my friends, but we'll see if we can bring some clarity here. Okay. It's funny, there's no earth here yet, and earth is your element. Okay, so we'll cut this deck. And the first question that we're going to ask is, there's something that you need to let go of here. What is that? You need to let go. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a feeling that you've been stuck, waiting on time, divine timing. It can mean that you need to quit worrying about that. It will turn without your focus on it, or something else. We can see the fairies here are touching the moon. So there's that moon journey that's being referenced here. It's a new moon that we're touching. Well, we'll see. Well, there's something about what they're touching that needs to be released, and it has to do with cycles of the moon, the dark moon. Interesting. We'll clarify. So what you need to release basically though is like if you've been waiting for luck to turn in your favor or something like that, release that and we will clarify. Okay, what you want to embrace, Virgo. You want to embrace this Nine of Earth, this feeling of being at ease in your home. It's self-sovereignty. You can see the little fairy with her fox. So if you're hermiting, as that is your card, Virgo. You're home alone in your little comfy home. Embrace this time of self-sovereignty. It's almost like in the realm of relationships, you're kind of waiting for that to happen for you. And in the meantime, enjoy your solitude. Enjoy this feeling that you have that you've met all of your needs and that you love your space. But there is a waiting, and there's some kind of burden here. Okay, so with a full moon in Libra, that's what inspires us to do this reading, Virgo. We're going to ask, like, what did you learn since the new moon in Libra, which is about 6 months ago? So what have you learned in the past 6 months? And we get a Four of Air. Yeah, this is a lot of healing, going alone and healing. Here we can see the little fairy lying on top of the mountain. See all of the skins that have been shed, past lives. So this is about your thoughts, air. You really do. You go alone. And I would say that the Virgo, this reading is for. You don't have to literally be alone, but you've been doing some solitary work. You've been knowing how you provide for yourself. You've been feeling how you're the queen of your own life. And you've been healing. And it's very beautiful. So now we have that moon of ours out there, and she's conjunct with Saturn. And so we're going to ask Saturn, who is our taskmaster, what is the plan? And the plan says there's something missing. It's an 8 of water. You can look over there, and it might be a place where you belong. But there is a need to leave a place of discontent. So if you don't have all of your emotional needs met, Virgo, the 8 of water says you go on a spiritual quest. The moon journey could be what the spiritual quest is, but you go seeking that 9th cup. It could be in you. It could be in another person. It could be a divinely given cup. But this is what Saturn has tasked you with doing. So we'll find out more about that when we clarify. What's hidden from you that the tarot wants you to know is death. And as your Scorpio reader, don't be afraid of the death card. This is the way that pain and loss can be transformative. So there is something very, very transformative. It looks like you're going through this really beautifully, Virgo. I mean, everything on the table shows beauty in this process of transformation. We see you holding yourself, healing yourself, taking the time to know that you're ready to go on this journey, this moon journey, and that it tells me that you've been waiting, and that when you turn away from this waiting, I think that's what the burden is. There's somebody or something that has been burdening you, and you've been waiting on it. It's like you're holding the truth. You know this intuitively. You know this, but you're a little bit like, what do I do with this truth? The cards are saying, don't wait anymore. And like with waiting, like if there's somebody that it's hard to not wait for, Virgo, it doesn't mean that they're not going to show up ahead in your cards. It just means that waiting is keeping you trapped. And even though you're like clearly doing it in this beautiful, healing, solitary way, Saturn says walk away from that wait and go towards your own path of contentment. And that what's hidden from you is that this lesson is very transformative. And when we go through death, we go through loss, we let go. It's like you go in that hallway, and in the hallway, it feels like there's nothing there. But there's a need to close the door on what was and walk up the hall towards what may be. And what is the future for Virgo? Virgo, we see you beautifully in this 9 of fire, in struggle. That's a really beautiful. So the Nine of Fire, it's not rest. We see you on an adventure. Look at you with your fiery bow and arrow. We see you ahead, almost there, and so this brings us up again. Like, this is when you get to be done with that battle. So there's something going on here with this Nine of Fire. That's really beautiful how these feathers, there's look at all the eyes watching. You're very heroic here in the future. I feel like I want to read about that card. Let's see, what does the book say about this Nine of Fire? Sometimes the stories in this deck are so worth knowing. Okay. We'll look at it with you, dear Virgos. The tattered, travel-worn fairy. So this is you after you do your moon work, your journey. You're at the end of this journey here in the future, and this is what we see going on. It saw what appeared to be eyes glaring menacingly through the branches. Assuming an attack was imminent, the fairy took a defensive position and drew its weapon. The journey was not over yet for this exhausted creature, and although the tree line provided a chance to catch its breath before confronting the unknowns of the forest, the fairy would soon need to get back on the path to reach its destination. Sometimes we assume the worst, or we expect distractions or interference when there is none. If you have been working on a project near completion, every ring of the phone or doorbell can cause a deep cringe within the assumption that it will prolong its completion. The Nine of Fire can serve as a warning. When we are exhausted, when we have pushed ourselves a little too far, we may not be as cautious, or things that appear to be one thing are in fact the opposite. It may actually be a helping hand. On a positive note, this card reminds you that you have within the perseverance to succeed, that you too have the will and fire within to make it through the deep, dark wood. So in the future, Virgo, we see you still in the struggle, still on this journey. Maybe we'll be able to see more when we clarify, but certainly we'll see more as we keep doing your cards going forward. Underlying energy, one thing. There's your ninth cup, the Ace of Water. So remember here, you need to leave. There it is. This is what you're leaving for. So this is a relationship reading about needing to find that cup and going on an adventure to find that cup. And it's quite an adventure. We see you in the future, still in the midst of it, very close to the end. That's beautiful. Let's clarify. Okay. So clarifying what you need to let go of. This Wheel of Fortune, I'm very curious. I'm going to clarify letting go of luck, turning in your favor. It's divine time anyway. You might as well let go of it. Let's see. What are you waiting on? That's what it feels like for me. I feel like you're waiting on a person when you know better. But let's see. Temperance. There's the waiting. Waiting and waiting. And that hurts you. Self-harm. Five of Swords. You're doing something that's cutting you in two. So you need to heal that. Temperance is about waiting. It's also about healing. And there's you in your earth element, planting your seeds, trusting. That's a very stuck energy. So waiting, you've been waiting for something that you've put all this work into to grow fruit, right? So you've been waiting on the Wheel of Fortune. I would actually say that you've been exerting your will to get things the way you want them in this relationship situation. And the tarot is simply saying, quit that. Time to let that go. Okay? You're actually being sent away from it onto a journey to find this Ace of Water. Embrace your self-sovereignty. You may be alone, but just feel how good that feels to be the queen of your world, or the king of your world, the leader of your own life. It's a very feminine energy. It's very much about home and security and nurturing yourself. So let's see what else. We see a 6 of Swords. There is something, these are your ideas and they need to be put down. This is another call to a journey. Call to that rainbow. Okay. You need to walk away from ideas. I think they're these ideas. So there's the 5 of Swords, and then it's followed by the next step is the 6 of Swords. You put those thoughts down and walk away. Walk towards the rainbow. Time to go. I think of it as like changing your stories in your mind, but it can literally be about leaving. Going towards this new emotional beginning, being this light-hearted person. There's that rainbow light again. And some grief. And what it says here is that when you walk away from this, it is going to be sad. You walk away from something a story that you had, like you really invested in this story. That something was going to change, you're going to get what you wanted with this person. And it's hard for you to receive this truth because it puts you in a 5 of Cups, which is deep grief. And the thing is, before you can walk down that hallway and open a new door, you do have to feel the loss. So we see that you're walking towards something new. It's more just, it's more mutual, it's beautiful. It's a new Ace of Cups. But it's hard to do that because there is this sorrow. And so take care of yourself, Virgo. 9 of Earth. Very earthy energy. You're Earth, as you know, Virgo. So we see that you have learned over the past 6 months. So I would say that you've been processing this and coming to terms with this for a while. So we see you healing here in the 4 of Air. And this is, again, your mind, air, swords. So that goes with that 6 of Swords there. That you've been healing your mind. What else? There you are with your mature, intelligent mind. Okay. King of Swords, the Father of Swords. He's wise. He's a little bit struck by the truth. You know, if we see you here at this point, we can see you now, understanding. This is shocking the truth. And it can also be quite beautiful when you become wise in the way that you use your mind. I think it's like your mind. Yes, and you begin to see things in a new way, the Hanged Man. So you've been stuck. It's very clear. Stuck in this relationship. And you stay stuck until you see it differently. There's so much here about you getting access to a truth and then not totally knowing what to do with that. Yes, so then we see this kind of confusion and chaos and competition and conflict. So there has been, it would appear to me that this hasn't just been waiting, there has been some fighting as well. Internal fighting, because it's under the 4 of Air, is very likely, but there may have actually been literal fighting with this other person. And you know, just having to see the fact of that, whatever that is. Saturn says, it's time to go on your way, darling. 8 of Water. Time to seek fulfillment. Time to seek the Ace of Water that is underlying this beautiful message for Virgo. Let's see. What is this advice? Okay, you feel stuck. If you feel trapped, this is in your mind. It is an illusion. So it's hard to leave. The 2 8s right there. Ooh, but something is over. It's stabbed 10 times. It's dead. There are no more swords. It's a 10 of Swords. It hurts. Something is over. And there will be justice. There's so much in this reading about going towards justice, about going towards the rainbow, towards, like in a realm of relationships and love. Justice is the card of Libra, which is very much about this mutuality, equal give and take. It's like a two of cups in love. So that's what you want. And that's what you're being called to go towards, Virgo. Something is over. Does it seem like I've been giving you this reading for a while, my friends? That's all right. It's very transformative. This is what's hidden. You're going to rise from this anew. It feels kind of like a nightmare. But death promises transformation. You can really see this. Oh, wow. I did not know what she was petting before. See this little fox? You with your fox? There's that fox again. There's that loving touch, like bringing to life. Beautiful. So let's see. That's your ability to bring back to life. To rise from the dead. You intuitively know this. This is a part of your moon work as well. The High Priestess. Very powerful. There's you in the future. 9 of Fire. That's the 9 of Wands here. Right? So this is the future. Same card. And balance. Beautiful, infinite, practical, earthly balance. But I think important to that is the butterfly, that image of death as a moth, as a butterfly, as transformation here. You're called to a journey. It's a journey towards love. It will be transformative. It's hard to let go. There's sorrow, there's pain, there's exhaustion that you feel. And yet this infinite, beautiful, rainbow, just soulmate, 2 of Cups energy is throughout this reading here to assure you that at the end of this, as you keep struggling here in the future, there's just something beautiful ahead. Let's see about that. Oh, there's a lot of energy and momentum that comes in. Fast movement from this seeming endless struggle. You're almost there. Yes, there it is. 10 of Wands. It's this card. This is you getting to put this burden down. This is you getting there. Whatever that burden is. I feel like it's this old relationship. And then the light in the darkness is you. Hermit energy, you energy, Virgo. So in this reading, we can see that you are making progress towards going off on this journey towards contentment. Hello, Zoe. And you're not quite ready to leave. But it says when you become ready to leave, you're heading towards this beautiful rainbow, this sweet, flirty, happy beginning. There's sorrow that you have to walk away from. But it is time to put the burden down and to move towards the end of this journey. Which, wow, and my goodness. I was going to say is the Ace of Cups, and then I looked at the bottom of the deck, and it's the Ace of Cups again. So that cup, what's missing, what you lack, if you go on this journey, this is what you find. There's an ending and a beginning. This is a big cycle, Virgo. Your readings have been very big lately. They're very much about knowing you're the queen, know your worth, and if you're still in this story where you're trapped in this relationship that feels like one that you've been waiting for it to change to the point of self-harm, while you're also like being told to heal yourself and to know yourself as sovereign of your own life, you're being called to a journey. And it is a moon journey. And it is a journey that is transformative. It is towards justice. It is one that it is hard to leave for, but it is time to leave because it's over, whatever this was. And you ride forward on your chariot. That means it's gonna be faster than you think before this burden is, you're able to let this burden down. And then there's this Ace of Cups here twice. So the world says so this is a life cycle coming to an end. And when you get this world card in this deck, it tells you, don't forget, it's very similar to this Nine of Fire fairy that we read. Don't forget, you are complete, you are whole in and of yourself. It's very much about that same self-sovereignty energy that we saw here. So let's see if I can quickly share this card with you, Virgo. This is such a beautiful message. The final card in the journey of the major arcana. It signifies completion, harmony, and contentment. That's that Eight of Cups that you wanted, right? You got to leave 8 because you need 9 to be content. So here you are. It's rare to experience this energy as we are usually consumed by wanting, needing, and achieving. So when this card appears, contemplate for a moment the idea of being whole. Focus on the image on the card. Close your eyes and envision this radiating energy inside you. What does it feel like? Where is it located? What blocks you from feeling a sense of wholeness each and every day of your life? There was a time when I got that card and it helped me a lot. So I hope, Virgo, that it helps you a lot today. Do let me know. Have a beautiful journey.